All right, the plastic is all up. We have our 3 protrusions for the ceiling fan, bathroom fan, and the box for the shower light. The recessed lighting is just gonna sit in there. He has his marks on the floor and he's gonna come back and he's just gonna drill up there and it'll be perfect. And he'll just dig in there to find the wires. So we're starting over in this corner. It's our clear corner, I'd call it. And we'll start with a full 8-foot piece and then we'll just stagger it a 4-foot piece or whatever and then continue down. All right guys, so the drywall in here is all hung. I have my 3 corner beads up. We're using vinyl because if you smack this, it doesn't dent. Some of the mud might chip off and you just might have to do a little bit of mud, but you don't have to rip the whole thing out and replace it like metal. So that's a good thing there. You know, I don't hang drywall every day, so it's not perfect, but we can make it perfect. What we're gonna have to do is, right now I'm just using 45-minute mud. I'm gonna pre-fill any big gaps or holes or overcuts on the outlets. So yeah, I'm not showing the whole process on mudding. I'll try to link something up here where I went more into detail on mudding and tips and whatnot on that. Vancouver Carpenter is an awesome channel for drywall. I don't have it all here, the tips and tricks, but yeah, let me get to it. All right guys, so a little bit of work has passed since I hung this drywall. I have gotten our pre-fill coat, you know, filling all the big holes. I'm not gonna go super into detail in this video. It's all about saving time. So I've pre-filled and then I did a first coat and then I did a second coat on the top corners, and then yesterday I came back and I cleaned up our corners. So they just need a nice sanding. And the sucky thing about drywall is it takes longer to sand this whole room by hand rather than skim it. So I put another coat on faster than I sanded this yesterday. And if you're not the smoothest drywall applier, it's gonna take you a long time to sand. So that brings me to today's sponsor, Brave X. This is the Brave X electric drywall sander. And I have a drywall sander, and they hit me up and I said, that thing looks pretty sweet. So let's do this. Let's work together in this. I have another brand of drywall sander. It's probably sitting there on the top on Amazon, and I often opt not to use it because it's just such a pain in the butt. There's no light on it like this one. This is super bright. And then the hose you're supposed to hook up to your vacuum is almost useless because you're hooking it up into your shop vac and it is instantly gonna clog up with drywall dust. This one comes with a nice hose. It's extendable here, and this hose just comes into the bag. It's pumping its own air and it's gonna force it onto this bag, and then basically it filters the air out of here, and this is key, you know? So I'm pretty stoked on this. It feels pretty sturdy here. It has nice grips on here. Has the on-off switch for the light. A button to sand. It comes with glasses, earplugs. It comes with 80, 100, 150, 240 grit sandpaper, so it has you covered. This is nice and soft here, and yeah, it feels pretty sturdy. So this is our top coat. We want to sand it down lightly with 240. Let's get going. You don't want to sand too much. You can always sand a little more. I'm using fiber mesh tape, and if you hit that, it'll stick out like a sore thumb. So let's get right to it. I'm gonna test this thing out. The nice thing about this is with these 8-foot ceilings, you can just stand here and hit it from the ground instead of having to stand on a stool or stilts. It's going to help you move a lot more efficiently across your room on the ceiling. So we have one coat of Kills 2 on here, and it's going to be on the ceiling and the walls. We're going to do one more on the wall first, all the way up to the top, and then basically after that, we will make sure we have a nice clean ceiling. Then we're going to do one coat of ceiling. I think it's Valspar, so get that done. It's key that we do the wall first. That way the ceiling is nice and clean, the line there, and then this wall is going to be come back and painted. Obviously, it will have to be cut in. So